Is that picking up audio as well at the same time?
Sorry?
Is that picking up audio as well at the same time?
Yeah, the audio on that is going to be shite.
Right.
Because of the plastic case that's around it.
Oh?
This is
messes with the microphones.
Yeah.
Right.
It just muffles it slightly.
Are you sure you don't want me to carry this in my lap?
just hold it on your lap.
Do it like this, that way.
You'll sound a little louder than me. But
that's good. I should be a little louder
just
than
you. Just lower your voice, or I'll just talk a lot clearer than you. All right.
Mumble, mumble, mumble.
Mumble, mumble, mumble. Not like your brother.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Okay. Hello, Internet. Say hi, Ivor.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do.
Hello, Internet.
Hello. Is this a bit odd?
Did you respond for the Internet? Well done.
Is this a bit odd for you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not used to talking to a camera.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You can pretend you're just talking to me, though. And that.
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to. Pretend there's somebody else driving you around.
Right, that's better. I'll call you Jeeves.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, that sounds good. So yeah, this is the third On The Go podcast. Welcome. Thanks for finally agreeing.
Well, it doesn't really count as agreeing if you blackmail me, does it?
Cool. All right, so today we're talking about driving.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
My favorite subject.
Your favorite subject. So do tell me, what's your experience with driving?
Not a whole lot. I once almost sent my mom's car through the hedge while trying to start it. And I had to drive a golf cart a bit. Almost ran into a lady carrying her baby. That was pretty horrifying.
Nice. Where
so
was
I can't say, no, it doesn't really come naturally to me.
Where was the, what's it called? Where were you driving the golf cart?
Oh, golf course I was working on.
Oh my god. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's funny. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Can't say I've done much driving since.
Do you plan on driving eventually in the near future?
I suppose, potentially. I mean, I've got other stuff to really worry about at the moment, and I live in the city, so it's not a big concern.
Yeah, we do have the public transport, which is, it's all right.
Yeah. It's not like I'm living in the country anymore.
That is true.
It's kind of essential.
Do you have, because you used to live in the country, right?
Yeah.
So did you have more experience there, in the countryside, I mean?
What little I did was in the countryside, but it wasn't a whole lot.
Right. Okay. But so was that equipment or just like random things that had to be moved? You just like drove around, whatever.
Yeah, 4-wheelers, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
More than anything, and that 4-wheeler doesn't drive like a car at all.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, did you ever drive ATVs?
ATVs, like
the weird all-terrain vehicle. It
Oh,
was like the motorcycle, but with the 4 wheels.
Yeah, that's a 4-wheeler.
Oh, that's what you're talking about when you're talking about a 4-wheeler.
Yeah, that's what they call them in the country.
All right.
Yeah, those are really easy. They drive
same shit, different name.
Yeah, they drive like a bike, essentially.
Yeah, I really like them. That's what I used to drive when I worked on the farm.
Yeah.
The farm. On a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the farm.
The farm.
Once you leave the city, there is the farm.
Cool. All right. Okay, let's say you could get a car.
Right.
Like, in the next week. Just plan it out. You have to get it.
Okay.
What would you get?
What would I
mean, you're like living in the city.
Living in the city?
Yeah.
That's a good question. If I knew it was something I had to do where driving along the city, probably something small.
Yeah.
Efficient on gas. But if I was going to get a car no matter what, and then I might get a van, just for longer trips where I went like outside of the city. I doubt I'd use it while I was in town. But it'd be good, if I want to actually go camping somewhere or things like that, having a lot of transport space would be great.
Yeah, I kind of wish a van. I mean, this is a pretty big car. This is a Honda CR-V. And it's got a lot of space, especially if you take the seats out.
I suppose.
But it's not my car. It's not mine. So,
no.
So
I suspect if it was your car, it wouldn't be in such nice condition.
Hey. Take it, relax. Relax there. What was that?
That was the police.
Yeah, no, but he had a funny, which police is that?
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention.
I knew it was the police. I didn't, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, a van would be nice.
Yeah, but definitely. I mean, in the city, obviously, just a small car would be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the bigger ones, it's just you see the people driving around in an SUV in the city, and you got to wonder what for.
Yeah, or you go into like Upper Westmount. There's like really rich houses. You see the kids and they're driving this like huge, spruced up van. You're like, what? Not van, sorry.
SUV.
Pickup truck or something.
The best is when they do the pickup trucks because don't even get the extra space there. Is completely a vanity thing.
Gotta fit in the extra footballs in the back of the truck here.
Yeah.
This is where I put my pussy magnet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If we could go through the rest of this without having to say that word again, I'll be happy.
Don't worry. I think for the rest of the history of the On The Go podcast, that word will never be uttered again.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've achieved my goals here. You can let me off.
All right, out. Here we go. And I've driven with you before.
Yeah.
What's your sense of direction?
I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm not very good with street names because I just don't bother to remember them. But I grew up in the woods. You spend a lot of time wandering, like walking around. You gotta know. You gotta have a pretty decent sense of direction not to get lost. And the same applies in the city.
I spent a lot of time in the woods, hanging around. Just without context, it sounds pretty funny.
I said I grew up there.
Yeah, I know. But hanging around in the woods there, looking on main streets, but from the woods.
Yep. That's what I did.
Yeah.
It's odd. We grew up essentially as a band of Neolithic savages, my family. But come a long way since. I think rehabilitation was good. It's a bit weird at the beginning, coming back in contact with society. But I pulled through. Yeah. Food, yeah.
You certainly don't look like you have, but I'll take your word for it. Honestly, street names, I always forget street names. And like when giving directions, it's such a pain in the ass because you're like, I know where you're going. I forget the name. And then you have to do that thing where go down 3 streets.
Yeah, go over that way, and then you go like when you see the big lights and a whole bunch of. Then you take a left, right, and then it's only a little bit further. You should be able to see it.
You might see the funny tree on the side.
Yeah, if you see the funny tree, though, you've gone too far.
Yeah, exactly. And they're looking at you like you're crazy, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, sense of direction is, I guess, it's pretty important when it comes to driving. But like now that I've not started driving. Since I've started driving, street names are much like I'm using them a lot more often to describe where I'm going.
Well, I mean that's kind of part of navigating a city in a car.
Yeah, that is true. Very true. But so I mean, eventually you are going to get a car and start driving and stuff like that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Any
time frame?
No. I'm not. I don't want to say worries. But like anything that I don't want to use the word worried, but like anything you're worried about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose if any of my previous experience with this is an indication, is that driving does not come naturally to me.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to have to work at it.
Yeah, practice is. What's this guy doing? Come on, turn past you. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, definitely. It took
cars are expensive. I mean, insurance, gas, and then if you buy secondhand, repairs. If you buy firsthand, you're going to you have to take a loan.
The maintenance is also
and I mean
that we live in a really salty and snowy city.
Yeah,
so tire replacements all the time. But snow tires to summer tires, summer tires to snow tires.
Yeah, and once again, when you're in the city, it's not. Just parking is not particularly convenient.
No, honestly, I mean, it's so.
There's a few spots where getting around is a little easier, so the areas further on the island. But
downtown, forget it.
No, yeah.
So, like, there's no point.
Take the metro, thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it took me. I went to David and Kira's house the other day.
Yeah.
Which is in the heart of downtown Montreal.
Yeah.
And took me 40 minutes to find parking. just driving around 40 minutes to find a spot.
Yeah, see, it's at that point the amount of gas you've wasted doing that doesn't make up for the bloody convenience or the time.
And where I parked in the end, I had to walk 4 blocks to get there. So which is so frustrating because they live in front of the metro.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's
the point? Aye.
Kind of regret it.
Yeah.
But definitely having a car is very useful. I'm not saying it's not in the city. I'm very happy that I have a car at my disposal. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to do this.
True.
I'd just be some numpty carrying around a camera. Now I'm some numpty driving around with a camera.
There we go. Took the words out of my mouth.
I saw them. You're looking at me and you're going,
yeah, having a car doesn't make you not a numpty.
Makes you a numpty on the go. I'll see how long I can...
You see what he did there? What he did there? He went and he said the name of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you love it when they do that?
So clever. Oh, God. So smart.
Aye.
Yep.
But yeah, the cost is pretty ridiculous. I mean, in this case, it's not actually your car, so it's not so bad. But if you had to own it and pay insurance on it, and all that, it gets to be a little ridiculous.
That it does. But so I realize you don't drive like in the city or at all.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that you've been in the car like now with other people a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair amount. Yeah. No. As much as I can complain about the cars and driving in the city, I do actually benefit from having other people to drive for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Bit of a difficult conundrum, that one.
What was I going to say? Can I turn?
Yeah. The streets of Montreal. Never be sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so are there any pet peeves that you have when it comes to driving? I mean, because you're not a driver, but you've been in cars,
right.
So are there any...
speeding, I suppose? You're speeding too much?
Yeah, honestly, that...
Just reckless driving is always a little... Because, you mean, on one hand, you're in the other person's cars. You don't really want to say anything. But on the same hand, I mean, you're in the car, too. So if bad stuff happens, that kind of affects you.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
it or not.
Well, I mean, as a driver, I find, like, when I'm going down... Okay, what always drives me nuts is when I'm on a street and it's a 30 zone, but it's also a school zone or something.
Yeah.
And then the person behind me is right at my ass.
Yeah.
And like I'm already doing 35, I'm doing 5 over. I shouldn't be doing that. And the person behind me is right at my ass, and they're like, "Hey, come on, we gotta go." And I'm like, "Relax." I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, "Relax, like come on, it's okay."
I gotta say,
it's a school zone for another 2 blocks. Like take it easy.
Or people right up behind you with their high beams. That's always a bit of a pain.
It's like, thank you, it's great. You're not gonna get there that much faster by doing that.
Or really angry drivers.
Yeah.
That's always a bit... You don't really know what to say, particularly when they're angry and reckless.
Yeah.
And so they're being very angry, and then they do a bunch of maneuvers. You're like, well, you're kind of in the wrong there.
Yeah, but it's also just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like you're in a metal box that goes at 120 miles an hour.
The metal box.
Yeah, it's just like it's ridiculous. Well, not miles an hour, kilometers per hour. Hang on. Yeah, so you can do 120 kilometers per hour, and like especially on highways, and someone's behind you, like, "Hey, you're not going fast enough for me." Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's a bit tricky.
Yeah, but especially in the winter on these small roads, and the small roads don't get cleared of snow as fast as the main roads.
Yeah,
they always do the main roads first, and then they do the small roads, and then you've got people on these small roads that have snow on them.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to do 30 on it, or sometimes 40. And, there's people doing 50 or 60 down them. And you're like, it's a small road. You've got, like these houses here. Like obviously there's families living in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also there's pets and stuff. All it takes is a cat or a raccoon to run out. You slam on the brakes and you're sliding down the entire road at 50 or 60. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just some people.
Some people.
I mean, I can't really comment that much because I don't know if it's behind a wheel and suddenly become incredibly reckless and sort of really bad tempered about people who I thought were going too slow.
Yeah. No, I mean it's sometimes. I mean, you've been in the car with me. I talk to people, the other people who are driving sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I always thought that was a bit peculiar.
Yeah. Well, no, it's fine. All drivers do that.
Aye.
But someone's if it's a 40 zone and someone's doing 20, hey, what's going on? Can I go around you? What's going on?
Yeah.
Questioning what's happening here.
Yeah.
But whatever. Just, people have to relax.
So can I work in a bookstore? You always end up talking to yourself.
Yeah. It's when the books start talking back to you. That's the problem.
Shh. We don't talk about that. It's a bad night.
Did they have a... What? Oh, okay. All right. What happened that night? No, nothing.
Oh, Drano, I think it was?
Oh, God, Ivor. Jeez.
I kid.
Yeah, I know. God, I don't think I'd be driving you around here if you had, gotten so bored of your job you started drinking Drano.
Yeesh. Yeah.
Red light over here.
I suppose it's also a little bit nicer to have cars in the winter.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's
walking isn't so easy.
No, it's not.
Or at least not so pleasant.
4-wheel drive is a must. I know. For a lot of people, it's kind of like
in the city. You find?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, it's not that much of a problem because we've got our streets cleared. But
I mean, yeah, every now and again, I'm sure you get into a situation where you're thankful to have for having it.
Seriously, it's yeah. I mean, it costs extra, so it's a little.
Yeah.
Well, not the 4-wheel drive doesn't cost extra. Usually, the cars that come with 4-wheel drive are a bit more expensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So here's a little quiz for you.
Okay.
Let's see how savvy you are about cars.
Oh, Jesus.
This is like Car 101.
Okay.
What's the difference between manual and automatic?
Well, automatic shifts your gears automatically based upon the speed the car's traveling, I assume?
Yeah.
And manual you have to use the stick shift.
Yay!
I mean, I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, I'm driving. This is a manual that I'm driving now.
Is it?
I'm sorry.
Automatic, yeah. I did. What?
What have you been doing this whole time? Driving in first gear? No, sorry. It is automatic. My brain, on the other hand, is not on automatic. It's on manual. So
you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm not sure you pay attention to what you're thinking about.
Well, I'm driving right now, so that's my excuse.
So was that the only question of the quiz?
Yeah, that's the only one I have written down.
Jeez.
I don't know anything about cars.
Oh,
honestly.
well.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell you. I know
On the go podcast for you.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's not...
Straight from a car we know nothing about.
Yeah. Podcast.
This is a manual, right?
I hope I've been driving this properly for the past 2 years or something, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potholes are just a nightmare here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have something to do with the watered down cement they've been paving over stuff with.
Yeah. Might also have something to do with the mob, but we won't get into that.
I think we just did.
Yeah, I know we touched the surface, but we'll stay away from that.
I think that's about as far as they get in the repairs, too.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So where are we now?
Right now we're in Côte Saint Luc, and we're just passing Cavendish Road.
Oh yeah.
Or Boulevard?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it's a boulevard, actually. Yeah, it's Boulevard, Cavendish Boulevard.
Important difference.
Yes, very important difference. For those of you who are from Montreal, you'll know exactly where I am. If you're not, then, well, look it up. Google Earth.
Look, here is Cavendish Boulevard. There is the SO.
Yep.
Now you know.
I bought bread in this gas station.
Uh-huh. How did that taste?
I don't remember.
Okay, well.
I was...
I suppose as gas station bread could go, that's not so bad.
That's true. Yeah, I was not sober.
Oh.
I'll leave it at that.
You? Really?
Me, yeah. Not sober. Wasn't driving, though. I was walking. Just to clarify, just to make sure.
I'd made that assumption already.
Don't drink and drive. Ever. 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 Don't do that. Not a good idea. So I bought bread.
We have to do that for legal reasons, obviously.
No, I have to do that because you don't want to be wet. And some idiot, bashed into something with his car because he's drinking and driving after listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure we have that.
But
much
you should
definitely
you should podcast and drive. Definitely
should.
You should, absolutely.
Wait, if they do that, isn't there more competition for you?
No, listen to this podcast and drive.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what you mean by podcast.
Yeah, podcast and drive. Do it.
Is that what the podcasting? Like if you use podcast as a verb, is that what it means? Listening to one? Is it not?
I don't know.
Making one?
Maybe go both ways.
That's completely useless, isn't it? Tells me nothing.
Look it up. You're the librarian here.
I'm a librarian. I'm not sure what my job title is. Bookstore attendant? Yeah, okay, maybe librarian sounded better.
Yeah.
Even if it's less accurate.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm hoping that... I've been staying on pretty well-lit streets, so I'm hoping that the camera is actually picking stuff up and that it's not just a shadowy blur this whole time.
Ooh.
Then again, I could always just...
Have you tested it at night yet?
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Okay.
I tested it before.
Otherwise, this could be pretty funny.
Yeah. It's fine. I can just put the title screen on it and go, what's this guy doing?
Turning?
No, the guy who went around him.
Oh. I guess he wanted to go straight.
Yeah.
Are we turning?
No, we're going straight. I'm in the wrong lane.
Well, no, both lanes could turn. I think. No?
Yeah, but I want to go straight.
Yeah.
I should have been in this lane. Mistakes do happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, if someone had been turning on that lane, then you would have had the same weight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Well, my situation was that I was...
Oh, yeah, no, I think I get it.
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
What?
Let's do some funny maneuvers here. Here we go.
Is she walking in the road?
I don't know. Oh, that's another weird thing people do. They walk...
So, the sidewalk here is fine.
Yeah. People walk on the street. Or joggers. They always jog on the street.
Oh, well...
Which is, not that big of a deal.
I can understand why the joggers might jog on the street.
Why's that?
Have you ever, walked on the sidewalk and had to actually pass people in front of you?
Oh, yeah.
I walk pretty quickly, so it happens to me a lot, and people just don't notice.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, of course.
Or they walk, directly in the middle of the sidewalk, so you can't comfortably pass side to side.
It makes me nervous, though.
What? Yeah,
just
certainly.
Because I'm in a car and I'm like, do not want to hit you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, because that means some of them go jogging on the bike paths, but then that, I'm pretty sure that the bikers aren't such big fans of that either.
No, they are not. Well, they are on a bike, and a biker hitting a jogger, it's going to be bad for both of them.
Yeah.
But then again, if I also hit a biker, cyclist, that would be very bad news for them.
And you?
No, I'd be fine. It'd be bad for them. Yeah, the car would be fine. There's going to be a dent, but I fucking hit a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine with that?
I'm not fine with it, but I'll get over it.
Jeez, how callous.
I'll drive him to the hospital. There's going to be...
I think actually that the safe thing there is to call an ambulance, because if you move them, you could actually do more damage.
Very good point. Yes. What I mean is that...
I think we all know what you mean here, Josh.
The possibility of them being more physically hurt than me is 100%.
Or high 90s.
What? I'm not going to get physically hurt if I hit someone on a bicycle.
Probably not.
No.
But you could.
How?
I don't know. Airbag goes off the wrong angle, break your neck. They happen to get away with... Like it's.
I guess that's...
Sorry, you said 100%, and I have to...
99%. I don't know what the pressure is for the airbag to be set off.
I'm not sure. Can't you don't some cars actually adjust the settings for that? Are we?
I don't know. Right now we're in the back of Concordia University.
He's taken me to a strange parking lot, and I assume I'm going to get murdered now.
Yes.
Hopefully he doesn't post that part on the internet. Although knowing Josh, he might.
What? What does that mean? I'm taking that out. That's coming out of the podcast. What the hell does that mean?
That you'd be silly enough to post the murder that you committed on the internet.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ivor. That's very nice. Very nice. All right.
What did you think it meant?
Well, I don't know. The way you said it. The way you said it.
The way I said it.
The way you said it.
It's my fault.
It was the way.
Look, I'm the one who was about to get murdered. I don't see why this is somehow my fault.
Of course it's your fault. You're hideous.
Quiet peasant.
In a very hideous, in a handsome sort of way, I guess, right? That's...
Nice backtracking. There's someone jogging the sidewalk.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Very good. Cyclists are a whole other matter in Montreal.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are bad cyclists out there, but there's also drivers who don't pay attention to them at all.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Having cycled myself.
Yeah, no, I bike. I used to bike all the time as well.
The issue is that to my understanding, the laws for cyclists in Montreal and I think Quebec in general just aren't very well defined.
What do you mean?
That they essentially count
Oh,
almost the
speak
same
of
as
the devil.
cars. Yeah.
Because the cyclist's right in front of us.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, go ahead, sorry.
They count almost the same as cars, and so are supposed to follow the same rules, but then that doesn't quite work because the bike isn't a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need clearer guidelines. And then so many people break the current guidelines that the police don't even bother really trying to prosecute.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of people who go through lights that actually have traffic because they think they can and sort of wheedle by is pretty awful.
Yeah, or how many times when, especially during the traffic hours, when there's a whole row of cars stopped at a light.
Yeah.
And then the cyclist, you see one
weaving through.
Weaving through.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's a shitty situation, but what tends to happen is that, somebody doesn't... Hang on, I'll continue afterwards. I'm passing through here, the tricky part. Tricky road.
Right.
What was it? Oh yeah. So what tends to happen is that cyclists, when they start weaving through cars, someone will check their blind spot, and then the second after they've looked away from their blind spot, the cyclist is there because they're weaving through, and so the person moves the car, and then the person with the car hits the cyclist, and then usually the person who gets the blame for it is the person in the car.
Yeah.
They weren't paying attention, but technically it's.
Yeah, it's a bit if they're.
Yeah.
I've also been in situations where I've had cars drift into the cyclist lane on.
Yeah, I've seen that happen as well.
And they've forced me onto the sidewalk. They're not paying attention at all when they're in lane that's reserved for me as a cyclist.
So, downtown,
and then I'm stuck on the sidewalk, which is illegal.
Yeah.
And to get me ticketed.
Downtown, they have the medium, the barrier there. There's the concrete barrier there, so that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it still does happen. Not going over it. But I mean, someone drifting closer to it.
Yeah, but once the barrier's there, it's not so bad, I suppose.
Yeah.
But the point being, it's just sort of that's for better infrastructure. But in certain areas, the cars they assume the road is theirs.
What are you doing, mister? This isn't a stop sign.
Maybe it was mistaken.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. What is that truck?
Oh, that truck's been here for ages.
Just let everyone know it's covered in graffiti.
Yeah, exactly. It's I think right now I'm on Chester.
Okay.
And that truck, which has graffiti and a weird sciencey looking guy on the back, who kind of looks like Moliere from Atlantis, the cartoon.
Oh yeah, I think I vaguely know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, but I think there's a bunch of vans down here, like the guy who does the knives, the knife sharpening.
Oh yeah.
I think his truck is on here as well. Actually, let's try and find it. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe we'll see it.
We're gonna be driving up and down the street then.
No. I think he lives down here.
Right.
Yeah. There's a guy in Montreal that kind of everybody knows. He's got this orange truck, and he just goes around and he sharpens stuff. Sharpens knives, mower blades. Right now I can't think of other things that need to be sharpened, but tools and stuff that need to be sharpened. That's what he does. And he's got a little bell on the side of his truck.
Oh yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. I'll edit in a dinging sound right here.
And edit out the part where you're talking about editing.
Yeah, exactly. So that it sounds professional.
Quite.
I do try.
No, don't see any orange trucks.
Nope. Not right now.
Scythes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Someone might need to.
Sharpen
what they're
that
doing
scythe.
with the scythe in the city at this point, I don't know.
Yeah,
But there you
during
go.
the winter,
Yeah.
Gotta scythe all that snow out of the way.
Of course.
Of course, that's how it works. Okay. All right. Well, no. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Fucking knew it. Right down there. See the orange truck?
Yep,
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, that's it.
But you don't, obviously, so this is
Yeah. You
really
don't.
silly.
No.
You could have not stopped, not backed up,
Yep.
and we could have just pretended I saw it.
That is true. Could have given you a nudge, been like, hey, just pretend you see it.
And then edited out that bit.
Yeah, exactly. The magic of editing.
Aye.
I'm gonna go straight. Why not? Go to this
Oh,
this neighborhood.
aye. Still going.
Yeah, no, I'm just checking.
Well, it records all this.
It should record you perfectly, and then there's me, which is probably gonna sound a little muffled,
Right.
which is okay. It's not so bad.
Yeah. You need to invest in better microphones.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting microphones.
Just little, you can get other clip ones for us, or something you can clip up here, pick it up, and then you have you can have the two separate lines.
Yeah, my friend Adrian. Do you know who Adrian is?
Maybe? Is he
He was
Adrian
on-
who lives with, or hangs out with Julian?
Yes.
Yeah, I
He
think
was
I-
on the podcast.
Long
The
hair?
last two podcasts he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, curly hair.
Curly.
Although those podcasts didn't have any footage, so
Yeah.
it was just audio.
He had to get the camera once to put my beautiful mug into the shot.
Exactly. I knew I was going to be driving you around, so I figured, you know what? Better spend a whole bunch of money on a camera.
Mhm.
Make this excellent.
I think if we make this more interesting next time, we should rent a limo, and we'll get a tux,
Oh.
and then you can wear like a little driver's outfit.
Okay. I can see where... Is this a fantasy of yours? Is this what you've been planning?
No, I think
No,
it's
no.
just. I think everyone who was watching would understand that would be the proper way to
Oh,
film
right.
this.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Well, you don't know where you are. You can just get out of the car right here. There
Let's
we
go
go.
back that way.
I'll walk home. Drive you to the most remote part of Montreal and send you off.
Yeah, or I've got a cell phone.
I know you have a and a
And
keen
cash.
sense of direction. And money.
Yep.
I'll do it.
And I can read signposts.
Yes. That sure does help. Wowie. Oh, right now we're in Hampstead.
Hampstead.
Lovely, weird neighborhood.
I think I can honestly say I've never knowingly been to Hampstead.
purposely gone there?
Well, I may have purposely gone to Hampstead not knowing it was Hampstead.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Working the book fairs and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Hard to
yeah,
tell.
that's right, that's right.
Lots of bungalows.
Yep. Your knuckles cracking just picked up on the audio, so that's gonna be lovely for people to listen to.
You can edit that part out, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Or they can listen to me crack my knuckles. They'll assume that the podcast is really boring if I'm sitting around
Cracking your knuckles, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Let's see if it.
I guess I'll find out later if that picks up.
Alright.
He just cracked his neck.
Well, they can see it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about the camera actually.
How?
I did. I forgot about it.
How?
Well, I am driving. I'm concentrating on other things.
It's fair enough, but I mean, you taped the bloody thing there.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I'm getting mics. Adrian's gonna get a. He said he was gonna order in bulk.
Okay.
A big old batch of lapel mics.
All right.
Which should definitely be easier than
yeah,
using the laptop for audio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the audio is going to sound pretty weird when you pick that thing up and wave it around.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done.
Yes, indeed. I know it's well done. Of course it is.
Yeah, it'd be nice not to have this thing sitting on my lap.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
It's not that sorry.
No. It's going to be an excellent podcast. Excellent, I tell you.
Mm-hmm. So what's the furthest you've driven?
The furthest I've driven?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I think not very far. Eastern Townships.
Yeah, so not very far.
No, Eastern Townships is the farthest I've driven. Yeah. So that's like an hour and a half drive.
Yeah. Give or
Something
take,
like that.
depending where you're going in the townships.
Depending the traffic as well.
Yeah.
Usually getting out of the city is the hardest.
Yep. I have occasionally spent more time on the bridge getting out of the city than the entire time past the bridge to the townships.
I can't remember because I've taken a lot of buses to the Eastern Townships.
Yep.
And back from the Eastern Townships. Do buses have a specific lane on the bridges?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's probably why they go faster.
Yep. Is that it running out of
Maybe.
juice?
What is that? What is that? Why do you do this? Okay, gotta pull over. Have to pull over.
More memory.
There's a lot of memory in there. Got the most memory.
The most memory.
All of the memory. How long have we been driving for?
Not an hour. Quite yet.
Right. How long do you think?
About half an hour?
Yeah. Okay.
It's about 5:30? No, sorry,
5:30.
6:15?
Whoa.
I was having a nap at 5:30.
Yeah.
For all the good that's you put down me.
You're an old man.
Quite.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think we've talked enough about driving. I think we've ran out of stuff to talk about. I'll pick you up another time. We'll talk about other things, other interesting factoids for the internet.
Or personal opinions.
Exactly. All right. So thanks for coming on.
No problem.
And I'll speak to you another time. See you guys later.
Bye.